What's up, guys? Welcome to the Linecheck podcast. Today in the studio, I have Joey, who is the owner of Goodtime, a coffee shop in Long Beach. What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. I ran my first 10 miles today, and I'm exhausted.
Casual.
Feeling toasty today, extra toasty, and then went to the beach right after that. How's your day?
It's good. I was at the shop all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was making burritos
Nice.
all morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't tried your guys' burritos yet,
Really?
or actually your food in general.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was like, you're so close.
I know. Yeah, I literally only come for
Hamburgers.
that guy on Thursdays and Fridays.
We don't say his name.
Yeah,
Right
the guy do not speak of.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself, and yeah, we'll start from there.
Let's see. What about me? So yeah, I'm Joey, obviously. Yeah, I run Goodtime.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it a little over like a year. I started as a barista there, like 4 years ago almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I started as a barista, and then there was an opportunity to work in like the kitchen part. And then I was like, I like food.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of Food Network. And then, yeah, I asked the old owner at the time, and I was like, hey, can I work in the kitchen? Like, we need somebody. And then he said, yeah. And then I just kind of jumped in there, learned it all, got really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of different like managerial things happened, and then I ended up becoming manager.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of drama happened, and I ended up becoming owner. And yeah, that's kind of like
That's awesome.
the very
Yeah,
quick version
so
of it.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you pretty much know like all the ins and outs of
Yeah.
the place,
Which is, I feel like, has been
that's
really-
a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of people like who are in charge or own things like
Yeah.
kind of know all the things.
Yeah, I mean, my first job, I started as a dishwasher, and then like I worked my way up to like kitchen manager as like when I was like 18. So it's like, yeah, like I got to see all the sides of it, and then worked in the front of the house, and like I didn't own the restaurant, but like if I did, I'd be like, damn, I know this place pretty well.
Yeah.
As
You should have stayed there longer.
Yeah, no. It was super mix.
You should have stayed there. You could open a franchise.
Hey, I would, I'm not opposed to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like tell us about Goodtime. I know a lot of people in Long Beach know about Goodtime, but people that may have not ever been there, what would you say that Goodtime is like about in the community, like focus wise?
I feel like we're just like very authentic and very like, I don't know, we're people for the people, I guess. Like we're like, you can go in there and have a conversation with any of us or anybody who's actually in there. Like everybody's always talking to somebody.
Yeah, everyone's so cool and nice.
Yeah. Like any of the baristas or anybody in the kitchen are talking to like any of the customers, and we're just casually just all mingling. And then like we even hang out with like most of these people outside of the shop or in the shop when we're off. Like we're always there.
It's like a family.
It's like an actual family. Like not even
that's
like
awesome, though.
like that toxic kind of
Yeah,
family.
yeah, I know
where it's like,
exactly.
oh, don't say family, but
Yeah.
it's like, no, like we genuinely tell each other like all of our life updates all the time. Like
awesome.
we're all in like a group chat, and like we'll like close the shop early to like hang out on people's birthdays. Like we're very like, we care about each other, and I think that's why like we've done so well, and like just keep getting, I guess, like a bigger and bigger following, because I feel like people keep coming to us like, wow, you guys are like so just like nice and genuine. And I feel like, yeah, it's been
Yeah,
vibe.
that's exactly how I feel about the place I work at too. We're all very like warm and welcoming to each other, and always here to like lend a hand or lend a ear, for each other, and just like, got each other's backs kind of thing, And that seems like the same thing over there.
Yeah.
So do you do like the food program? Like you come up with all the food and then all the like lattes and all that stuff?
It's kind of like a mix of all of us. So like the food has kind of been the same for the most part, and we definitely like dabbled before like we changed the name and everything, and like ownership on like expanding the food menu and elevating the menu, and like there's definitely a place for that. I just don't think it was like the shop at the time. But yeah, like we try to dabble and like get a kitchen consultant and all this stuff way back, and like what we kept hearing is like people being like, we want the breakfast burrito back. like we don't want, you know, a $16 burger. We want a burrito. And like, you know, at the time I was like managing, and I was just like, I looked at all the numbers and I was like, yeah, like we're literally losing so much money, like just trying to switch over this menu. And then so I was like, all right, well, we'll just keep all the staples. And so that's kind of like what Goodtime has kind of become known for, like the burritos, and just kind of like we have all the things that you want, and like we have something for everybody. Yeah,
you have wine, you have beer.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a lot of cool merchandise.
Yeah,
like a lot of cool stuff. I always like look at everything. I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like luckily, I think even with the merchandise, like we all kind of have like hands in it, and like I think especially like for the audience, not the audience, but like for like the customer base and stuff, like the people who work there are like the demographic who come in. So like we ask everybody, like, you know, what should we put on like the sweatshirt, or like what little things are you looking for, like what cups do you want, what do you know, what do you like? And so yeah, I don't think, I very much went into it with like the idea that like obviously I'm not going to have all the answers to everything, and I'm not going to be like my way's the only way. So, and I think that was something I learned from like the past people that like I've worked under, where I was like, I hate talking to you because nothing is, you know,
reciprocated.
And so here it's like I go in there and I'm like, you know, we want a shirt, what should we do? And then like we'll just all kind of like spitball ideas. Same with like the drinks and stuff. Like when we do make like new seasonal stuff, we're just like, what sounds good? What should we look for? And like, what should we try? And then we'll just like try a bunch of stuff. A lot of the time it's gross. And then there's like always some good ones. So I was like, great, this is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hot in here. And Zarek has brought us some Ambitious L's hazy IPA Fast Penguin. We drank this on the last podcast because Chef Dan likes hazy IPAs. So
I haven't tried this one. So
it's pretty good because I don't like IPAs. Nor do I like hazy ones. Ooh, it's a bit frothy.
Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. To do the eye contact thing.
Yep, it's good. Still good.
Still good.
Yeah.
Actually, really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to order this.
I say this all the time. Because Ambitious L's crushes it in beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all of them from there.
It's an hazy IPA with Simcoe, Waimea, and HBC 1019. I have no idea what any of that is except for Waimea, and that's a place in Hawaii.
Yes. Yeah, it's so interesting. 1019.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
He can't talk because it's not on the microphone today. Anyways, so what do you like to do like outside of working? I'm sure you're working all the time. I'm sure you're there all the time.
Yeah.
But if you have free time, what do you like to do like outside of that?
God, I don't even know. I don't even know what free time is. Yeah, I literally, when I'm not there, I'm still there. I'm still working. Usually I'll just be at home with,
it's like relaxing.
Yeah, with my dog and my cat. Just literally like decompressing.
Yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
I have like an Australian Shepherd Border Collie.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
nice.
She's a year and a half. She's fully
puppy.
deaf, partially blind.
Whoa.
Yeah, but
a puppy at heart.
Yeah, puppy at heart. Yeah, since like we got her when she was like 3 months, so that's all she's known.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's so nice.
Yeah, she's
cute.
Cool. She's like a normal dog, honestly.
Yeah.
She's annoying. She pees on things.
My dog pees on everything.
Yeah. Like
it's a vicious cycle.
Literally. Like I had to get a whole new couch because of
Oh,
her.
whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
she's like very like, if you piss her off, she'll be like, all right, and then she'll like just go and pee on the couch. And so
Wow.
yeah, so now like I feel like it always looks like we're like painting because we just cover everything no
gosh.
matter what.
I thought I had it bad.
Yeah.
So you also host a lot of events at Good Time,
Yeah.
and you've hosted a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
Can you like name a few of them? They're like, I haven't been to any of them because I'm working at a restaurant at night when those events are happening.
Yeah. God, there's so many events. Like we've done comedy shows, we've done live music, we've done like book launches, movie nights. We have a smut book club.
What's that?
It's like dirty books.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we're like, okay, let's do something that's not just a book club. Like, let's make it dirty. And yeah, so Natasha, who's at the shop, she was really into smut and is really into smut. So she was like, oh yeah, let's start one. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. When is that?
That's every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every
Damn
Monday.
it, I work.
And and it's like crazy because I feel like a lot of people think it's only gonna be like 5 people in this club. Like we have like upwards of like 30-40 people in this book club.
That's so
And
cool.
it's like, yeah, if you make space for, you know, these things that people don't usually find, they will come.
Yeah.
And I
if you
think
build it, they will come.
yeah, literally. And so that's kind of how it's been. Like even with that book club, I think we're finishing our 5th book and we're on to our 6th book right now. Like we're just, it's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you also have like events outside. What are the ones where you have a bunch of vendors in the
Oh yeah, I have
back?
a Maker's Market
Maker's
every
Market.
2nd Saturday
Uh-huh.
of the month. Yeah. And so we usually have around like anywhere from like 16 to like 20 different vendors.
Yeah, those ones are really nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really cool to see because we have so many coffee shops in Long Beach. But your coffee shop is kind of the only one that's like doing these community-based events
Yeah.
for the community.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think that's why they love going to Good Time because
Yeah.
it feels like a community there already.
Yeah,
Like just
literally.
getting coffee or going to Hammer's Nice on Thursdays or Fridays
Exactly.
and hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I think, at least for me, I feel like when it came to like the community and all the events, it was just kind of like, what would I want to see and what would I want to go to? And now I like, once I was like kind of given this space to do whatever I wanted with, like, I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it. And just like, I mean, it definitely taken away like all of my free time,
Yeah.
taken away like all of my sanity.
It takes a lot to plan these things. It's a
so
lot
it's
of
like,
work.
yeah, when we have like, sometimes we'll have like 4 or 5 events like in a week, and then it'll just be like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna do them all.
Yeah.
Like, and like I think for me and like with the staff, like I'm very mindful of their time, and like I'm not gonna be like, well, I planned this, you better work it. Like I'm very much, I planned it, I'll be there.
Yeah.
If you want to be there, come through, it'll be fun. Like, and so I kind of know what I'm getting myself into, but it's all like at the end of the day for them too, because obviously like we do all these like crazy events because it's like networking, and it's like getting, you know, people into the door to see these different things and to even see the space. And a lot of people who come into the events are always like, oh, I didn't even know this place was here. And then once they find it, it's like,
Yeah.
it just takes one time to go in, and
Exactly,
then you'll just keep coming.
Yeah, that's because I also host events in my backyard with my girlfriend, and like we have different vendors too, and you know we don't charge anybody to pop up because in a way like we're giving something to them and then they're offering something to us, and that's people that are new. And
Yeah.
I just like feel strongly about that. You know,
Yeah.
you're bringing in new people and they get to experience it for themselves.
Yeah.
Because without those vendors or whatever event or someone else you're doing, is like they're gonna be in your space.
Yeah, literally.
So I think that's like super rad.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times, like I'll either just not charge for an event or whatever. Like most of the time I'll be like, oh, just buy alcohol. Like, you know, have your people buy beer, buy wine and stuff, and just like enjoy the space. Because I think at the end of the day, it's like that little bit of time. Like, okay, I could charge like whatever, but it's like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, it'll all come back eventually. Like, people will come back and it'll pay for itself. Like in the long run. So
Yeah. I love sitting outside
yeah.
on the patio.
I bet.
It's my favorite spot. Even if it's like super high, I still like sitting out there.
You're gonna sit there regardless. You're
Yeah,
just
I got
an event going
sunburned.
on.
Actually, my first sunburn of the season was sitting on the patio at Goodtime. Because I was like, wow, is it really that hot? And like came home, was like freaking sunburned so bad.
Literally.
It was so funny. So like, where do you see Goodtime in like 5 years from now?
5 years.
It's a very long time.
It's a long time, but it goes so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to think I've already been there for like almost 4 years. Like 5 years, I'm like, oh, that's nothing. That's a blink. I don't know. I feel like just keep doing community stuff. Just keep, like, I feel like at the end of the day for me, it was like, I just want a space for other people to enjoy and be, and just like, even when it comes to like the staff, like as long as they are like happy and healthy and like bills are paid, like I'm happy for them, and I'm going to keep, you know, showing up for them. So I think in 5 years, I would definitely want, hopefully most of the staff to still even be there, which is like surprising. Be like, oh, I can't, like I don't, but it's like I genuinely think a good chunk of them will probably be there still. Like nobody's left since I started, and like it's just been.
Yeah, it says a lot.
Yeah.
It speaks in volumes.
Yeah, literally. Like, I mean, we've definitely hired new people just because we've needed more.
Yeah, you guys definitely got a lot busier.
Yeah, so, but yeah, nobody's left, and I don't see anybody leaving anytime soon, but knock on wood. But yeah, so I hope to have like the same staff, and if not like new additions. But yeah, just keep, you know, doing stuff for the community and like making sure that like everybody's taken care of, and happy.
You have any plans for Halloween?
Kinda. Are we talking about possibly doing like a maze, like a full maze?
Yeah, because I remember
the hallway.
The hallway. I was like, whoa, this is kind of scary.
Yeah, it was.
I love Halloween, so I was like, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like the peak of like where we started to just like
start just filling in ideas and all that.
Yeah, and like people started to be like, oh shit,
catching
like
on.
Yeah, like there's cool stuff happening here, because I just one day was like, let's make the hallway spooky.
Yeah.
And then we spent like the whole night just like decorating it and building it out and stuff, and I feel like that just kind of like snowballed into like the entire shop. So so I think we'll probably try to figure out some sort of maze idea situation, maybe in the parking lot, maybe, I don't know, there's something. Like I'm very much like big ideas, but then also big.
I definitely can see something happening for Halloween.
There's for sure gonna be something. Yeah, I know. I feel like October, November, December, like my favorite time, because I just get to be the most.
And then Christmas too. You guys did something, or was it Thanksgiving? Like you had reindeers in the hallway.
Yeah, I feel like we did like every holiday, like from that point on. Yeah, it's just been super crazy. Yeah.
What's your favorite latte that you put on the menu, and then what's your most hated latte that you put on the menu?
Favorite one, I would say probably the one right now. We have like a yuzu elderflower.
Oh. Yeah,
kind of like lemonade tonic. That one's really tasty.
Oh, that one sounds good.
Yeah, it's super good. My least favorite, but also there's something about it I liked. It was like a caramel apple one, and it looked so like it looked like the candy, like it was like lollipop? The green, and then it was just like the espresso on top. It was so weird, but there was definitely people who were like, "I want it. Where'd it go?" Once it was gone. But no, that one, like I hated it, but I loved it at the same time, because I was like, "This is some weird shit," but it worked. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So are you familiar with In the Weeds? The
Kinda.
phrase? Okay, so
sorta, yeah.
When you're like working in restaurants or like as a cook, most of the time it's a cook, but it's basically a point where, say I have like 10 tickets fired and I'm only fired on one and I'm behind. And if I don't get this out soon,
you're gonna drown.
Really behind.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like you're in the weeds and you're just trying to keep hedging those weeds down to just try to stay afloat. So basically, we always ask everybody who comes on the podcast to tell us their favorite in the weeds story.
God.
So if you have any in the weeds like moments at Good Time where you felt pressure or was a little bit hectic, and
All the time.
how you how you got out of it?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think I'm very, especially when it comes to cooking, because I feel like I spent a lot of time in that kitchen specifically. Like, I don't know. I just get in a zone. Like, even when it's like in the weeds and like it'll be like an all makes.
You move like faster.
Yeah, I feel like even like when it's an all makes, when we have like the car show, like we'll have like 18 tickets up, and then I'll just be like, all right, here we go. But like, I just like do a lot of.
You just filter everything out.
Yeah, I filter out everything, and I'm just like, all right, what's my next? I feel like everything I do is very like calculated in my motions and my movements. So I don't know. I feel like I just kind of totally disassociate, and then all of a sudden I'll wake up like just on the grill. But
it's like those action movies where they like have a bomb, and it like flashes like ringing in your ear.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah,
it's got finished with 18 tickets.
Yeah, literally. That's what it feels like. Nobody's ate. Just closing the shop. Yeah, I just feel like I'm just like constantly going, and then I'm just like, I know the next person will be on soon, and then it's like then I'll have help. Yeah. But I just keep going, because I know eventually like it will end. And then you're just finally out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many times, so it's like that. Even on like the weekends now, it's just been like hectic and crazy.
Yeah.
But like,
we always say like you're running around like with a chicken's head cut off.
Yeah. Like I do a lot of like whistling. Everybody knows when I'm like in a zone if I just start whistling just random tunes, or like I'll just like sing Fergie for some reason. Okay. Like it'll just be like,
I feel that.
Yeah, just be whatever song pops in my head, and I'll just be on repeat, and I'll just like be like singing something, and then just going and going.
I totally know that, because when I get really busy sometimes I kind of get like weird crazy, and I'm just like acting kind of cuckoo but like playful at the same time. I'm like da-da, like saying weird shit.
It's a trauma response.
Yeah, exactly. And I just like do that, and I think it's because like it's fun, but I'm also like acting crazy because it's getting crazy.
Yeah, so you're up, I'm loud. I can't hear anything or notice. Yeah, that's definitely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're like, I have to unpack that.
It's so fun. Yeah, so with Good Time, how has it been having Hamburgers Nice on your guys' schedule?
It's been good. I feel like obviously I've known Hyro for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And he was there.
He's an OG.
He's the OG. Yeah. He was. There was definitely like a time where he wasn't there, because of everything that happened. And yeah, it was like literally one of my like first like things to action. Like when I took over, I was like, all right, I need to get Hyro back. Yeah. And yeah, once like the dust settled, and I was like, all right, we're ready to like just be legit. I like texted him. I was like, what can we do? And then like he was just like, all right, I'll come back. And then I don't think he realized how well he was gonna do in this kind of like rebirth of us. Which I feel like has been like super cool, because like for me it's like I want to like elevate everybody, so like to have him on board and like seeing him succeed as much as he is like right now while we're also succeeding, I'm like, this is great, this is everything. And so like we're like super close, just a lot of communication.
That's awesome.
I know him too well.
Too well now.
Too well.
A little, too much.
Well.
And then now you also have Vita Plant Shop inside Good Time. We met Vita, or her name is Sasha. Vita. Sasha a long time ago, but yeah, she's awesome too.
She's super cool.
And it's cool that you guys have plants in the shop now.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had plants before, and then downsized, and then after a minute, I was like, we need more green around here. And I'm not a plant person at all. Like me, even like pre the original plant shop, I was like, I hate plants. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to look at them. They make me anxious for some reason. And then like, then the plants started to like obviously were everywhere, and I was like, okay, this is a vibe. I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to take care of them, but
Yeah, I'm not very good at taking
yeah,
plants.
I'm like, we had, like, growing up, like, my house had one pothos that, like, survived, like, 20 years. It was, like,
Whoa.
yeah, like, my kindergarten class gave it to my dad, and then, like, it survived until, like, we left when I was, like, 24 or something like that. Like, it was crazy.
Dang.
It was, like, hanging on by, like, a thread, but I was like, that's
Wow.
the only plant I will love. But, yeah, like, I was just never a fan, and then, yeah, fast forward to a couple months ago, I was like, we need green. We need something. And then I looked to Hyro, and I was like, should I ask Sasha? And then he was like, yeah, you should. And I was like, sick, I'm gonna. And then, yeah, I did. She was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, yeah, she shortly after, like, closed her, like, brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of worked out again for all of us. Like, I got the green back, and then she was able to just have something there where she didn't have to think of, like, the overhead and all the craziness that comes with having a business.
Yeah, it looks really really pretty inside the shop.
Yeah, it looks so good.
And do you guys still have a TV in there?
Yeah, we have a TV. We have technically a couple TVs, but one always on the
Okay,
wall.
so I'm like a huge football fan, and football season is coming up around the corner. Have on my calendar September 10th. Would you guys consider doing like a Sunday football
Probably, yeah.
thing?
Yeah, I mean, we did.
People can watch the game. Yeah,
did.
the
World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah,
we did World Cup. We've done like F1 races and stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm always down for anything.
Yeah, that'd be super rad.
Yeah.
I'd love to get coffee and sit there and watch football.
I know, as long as it's at a good time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the games start at 10 a.m.
oh, perfect.
And then you have 10 a.m. game slot, and it's like all the games, and then you have like a 1 p.m. slot, and then that's kind of it after the like 4.
Yeah.
And they have like one game at night, but like
Nobody
it's just
watches
one
that.
game. Yeah, it's just one. It's just one game. That's the last game of the day.
Yeah.
But like the 10 a.m. slot with all the morning games is so fun to watch.
Yeah, I'd be so down to do it,
Yeah.
especially because it's like at a good time.
Yeah.
Like that's what sucked about like the Women's World Cup right now.
Mhm.
I was like, all these games are at like
Oh,
1 in the
yeah,
morning, 3
yeah.
in the morning. I'm like, I'm not waking up.
Yeah, I
absolutely
didn't get to
not.
watch any of the games 'cause
Yeah.
I was like sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like, this is set up.
Yeah.
Somebody did.
Yeah,
something
it
somewhere.
sounds like it,
Yeah.
right? It's like
This feels sexist.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's totally. I totally didn't think about that until now.
I did instantly. I
Yeah,
was like, there's
that's
a
fucked
problem
up.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing about like the wages and not
Yeah.
know being treated equally, and like I mean that
There
you
you
guys
go.
aren't getting viewerships now because
Yeah.
freaking and then
you can watch your stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's crazy. Because, yeah, even when we played the World Cup, like the earliest game was like, there was a couple of like 2, 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
but we didn't play. There was like literally probably 2.
Yeah.
And then the rest are like 5,
Yeah.
11, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
all
only
good
like the
times.
really early morning games.
Yeah.
But that was like fine, you know.
Mhm.
It was like 6 in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
It's
like some one-off team
Yeah.
that didn't make it very
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was great to have you on the podcast today.
Yeah,
I hope you had a fun time.
I did.
So we'll see you
Yeah.
again soon.
Probably
Yeah.
on a burger day.
Probably on a burger day, probably like this Thursday coming
Yeah.
up.
You should come and try the burrito. It's
I will.
actually-
I'll come this week.
I'll just walk it
Promise you.
over. Be like, eat this.
Zarek's had it before. He's had it in here, and I was like, where's that from?
He's
It's like
good
Goodtime.
business.
It's like, dang it. You didn't get me one?
Yeah. See, you gotta walk over there. Do your 10 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get a burrito right after.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. So, anyways, cheers.
Cheers.